man, talking about surprise. I walked out of this movie not expecting to like this movie as much as I did. I think The First Omen is a very sensible horror prequel. What is up, guys and horror fans? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is On the Brinkat, and today I'm going to review the latest horror film, The First Omen. This film is a film feature debut by Arkasha Stevenson, and this movie stars Nell and Ralph Ineson, and this is also the prequel to the 1970s classic, The Omen. A young American woman is sent to Rome to begin a life to service to the church, but encounters a darkness that causes her to question her faith and uncovers a terrifying conspiracy that hopes to bring about the birth of evil. Now, when it comes to the original Omen, before this movie I have not seen The Omen. So after the First Omen trailer came out, I straight away went to see The Omen because I've heard this movie is a classic among horror fans. And I think this is a pretty good horror film, you know? I don't think it's as on par in my opinion with The Exorcist or Poltergeist being the scariest horror film of all time, but I still think it's a very good horror mystery film that has some really great cinematography for a horror film and a very good score for a horror film and also great acting for a horror film. So when it comes to this prequel, I was a bit optimistic. The trailer didn't really impress me all that much. And this film is also a film director debut by Arkasha Stevenson, and I'm always interested in director debuts, hoping those ones are good. So I gave hope for Arkasha Stevenson, but the trailers did not impress me, unfortunately. And man, talking about surprise. I walked out of this movie not expecting to like this movie as much as I did. I think The First Omen is a very sensible horror prequel. I would say one of my biggest positives with this film is Arkasha Stevenson's direction with this movie. Man, this movie looks beautiful for a horror film. There are some great camera shots in this film. Even the overall look of this film, it has that eerie, dry tone, and I thought it works really well for this movie. And this film definitely captures the 70s as well. Like, you feel like you're in the early 70s. Also, I would say the performances of this film is really well done, especially Nell. Talking about a breakthrough actress in this film, because I haven't seen her in anything else. Man, she blew me away in this film to the point where I'm like, I need to see her in more stuff. You are involved with this mystery. You are involved with her character in this film. And her performance is very believable in this film. She does some really intense scenes in this movie where I'm like, man, seriously, Hollywood, give this girl a break. Seriously. She needs that. Also, Ralph Ineson, I love this actor. He is also really good in this film. He plays a very important part in this film. And for Omen fans, you will recognize what his character is. And I thought he does a really good job in the film. And yes, this film is a prequel to the First Omen movie. And definitely there are some references in this film. If you have seen the First Omen, you'll get those references in the film. And I actually thought the references are actually really well done in this film. But this film is also really intense. Really terrifying. And also this film feels like it's old school meets new school and they just mashed it together because yes, this film is very old school. This film doesn't rely on jump scare to jump scare to jump scare. This terrifying element of this film is the whole atmosphere. There are some terrifying shots as well in this film where I'm like, I can't help closing my eyes. Especially towards the third act where the film gets really freaking brutal and really crazy. And honestly, I think you just had to prepare yourself for this third act because, man, this third act is fucking nuts, but it's well directed. Now, I know a lot of people are comparing this movie with Immaculate, and yes, Immaculate and The First Omen are pretty similar when it comes to storytelling and plots, but obviously I think The First Omen is better than that movie, even though I did enjoy Immaculate for what it was. I just think the mystery was better. I think the whole cast does a great job in the film, and the story overall, the environment this film takes place in, you feel very invested. In every single scene of this movie, I felt intense and wondering what is going to happen at the end. And that's what a good horror thriller should do. And as a prequel to the original Omen, this film definitely pays great respect to the original Omen. I would say my only issue with the First Omen is that there are some aspects that are pretty predictable. Like, there's like twists and turns in this film where I'm like, yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. That's kind of obvious, but you know, it doesn't, take me away from the film. It's just a slight nitpick in my personal opinion. But overall, guys, The First Omen really surprised me. This is a really good prequel to the original Omen. This film definitely pays great respects to the original film. I would say Nell is the star of this film. She is so great in this film. The rest of the cast is great. The overall mystery, the story of the film is great. And Arkasha Stevenson's direction with this film is well done. And I cannot wait to see what she does in film history in the future. I would say for The First Omen, go see this film on the big screen. But like I said, prepare yourself for this third act because, man, I would say don't get any beverages or snacks because you might get sick after this third act. So guys, that is my review for The First Omen. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. If you like the movie, hate the movie, or you thought it's okay, just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, notify for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a nice day.